Hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome into your June 2024 Money and Career Tarot reading. I was just told before the reading that you need a bit of peace in your life, right? Maybe you've just been overworked recently, having a busy schedule. It could just be that hectic job, or maybe your living situation, or just other factors of your life. June's going to show you a bunch of mixed energies, but it's up to you to balance things out and to accept the love and appreciation and abundance otherwise flowing towards you. Good beginning messages. But we're beginning with the two cards of the Sun and the Lovers. There's going to be choices of completion and addition being highlighted in your Libran world. It could relate to work, maybe finances otherwise. But I feel like you're going to need to be making more choices that make you happy, all right? Whether it's declining an extra shift or for some calling out sick, as long as it doesn't affect the future of your job to your disadvantage. Maybe more in regards to picking up a positive habit again, or in general, or releasing and removing a bad habit or toxicity in your life otherwise, or beginning to. It feels like it's a month where Spirit's saying, take steps towards happy success, all right? Take steps towards healthy behaviors and habits all the meanwhile. It does feel like, once again, people are going to be loving on Libra throughout the month, selectively for some, but it feels like selectively meaning at different selective points throughout the month. But for a lot like myself, it's going to feel quite consistent. And I do feel like you're going to want to be doing more than you can at certain points, but divine timing is quite alive within your Libran world, especially when it comes to money and career matters. So you need to trust this. There's going to be a focus on how you accessorize. As you can see me in my Good Vibes Only hat and my black sunglasses. And my Be Kind shirt. Anyways, but I feel like Spirit's saying, just because you're busy, just because you choose to have a lot on your plate or to change things in certain ways, doesn't mean you can't express yourself in the midst of all of which, or when you want to. It feels like people are noticing you changing, and you're being highlighted as a very helpful soul. I just heard Libras get a bad rap, but I feel like you are going to be seeing that people want to assist you, but there are certain moments where you are meant to assist somebody else, whether it's disconnected from that job, but within that job. Does that make sense? It's just a moment of you helping your coworker through whatever they're going through, or maybe a customer or clientele. It could be in regards to someone at a store when you're about to spend money, or you're holding back from doing so. This happens to me all the time, if I could speak. There are clean vibes. I feel like you want to keep things clean, keep things organized, or get back to that way of being. But there are extremes in your life also being highlighted. That was coming from the wording extreme clean, went from clean to extreme. Anyways, it could be the extremes of the energy, the busyness, and the slowness of that job or your business, the extremes of your finances being highlighted, the extremes of what you go through personally also being highlighted. People see you as an emotional soul, but who cares what people think? That is also coming through significantly. Who cares, right? But I feel like it's a very spiritually guided, very intuitively clicking kind of month for you. You're going to feel things accurately, even if someone wants you to avoid trusting that intuition, you need to trust it. Even if you don't usually trust it, you need to trust it. You're going to be getting downloads throughout the month as of being drawn to these dots here, whether it's through your dreams, your waking life in general, or at certain points otherwise. You're going to be getting important messages, whether it's more in regards to the wealthy future ahead for you, in regards to the struggles you've been going through in one, if not multiple ways, or maybe in regards to how to continue with the situation most effectively. And for some, it's in regards to how to acquire, say, a new job or a new investment. I'm also getting specifically, you're going to be pushed to look at, say, a car, for example, or a specific housing situation that's not yours to acquire. This could happen, say you're pushed to look at several different cars in that day, that week, or the month in general. Just two significant examples. It could be another purchase or investment otherwise. But Spirit's saying, how do you feel about that? Do you like that color? Do you like that style? Have you forgotten that you're meant to acquire such a thing of importance for you? Even if it feels minor to you and your world, some it's going to feel major, right? You're meant to feel grand throughout the month. You're meant to feel at times extreme, but at times very simplistic, right? To balance things out, to remind you of your importance in this world, maybe to that business, that job. You're going to find that there's a highlighting of when you, for some, is very specific, you got in trouble at work for something, or maybe in a housing situation, and also a highlight on some of which being overlooked in a positive sense when you did something you shouldn't have. Or I feel like for some you overreacted. Guilty. But nobody's perfect, right? At times Libras have to just balance things out more. We're all guilty of going through it, right? And things do affect you. You need to remember this, right? If you're an empath, I think energy affects you in so many different ways. At times when you feel like, good Lord, this shouldn't affect me, or I can't have this affecting me right now. It could be more your spirituality. It could be the irritation of ways somebody runs something, or the way somebody works or lives. You know what I mean? Or maybe outside factors, say somebody's texting you or trying to call you or message you online when you're just trying to stay busy for your money and or career in that moment. Avoidance at times can be key, right? Say delaying the answering of that text message till you finish up your workday, or delaying the accomplishing of something until the divine timing comes to be. Maybe the energy needs to be better, whether it's yours and or that situation. But you're connecting with people. The Two of Wands, real quick, is talking about you feeling a focus coming to be, whether it's spirit and or you, on what you don't have, what you want, what you need. It's all of importance. Let's not overdo it in the process of getting to the acquiring of which, but it just feels like your world is changing and has been for a bit. And this does intertwine with your money and career. You're changing, Libra. It's evident. Again, in ways that you're expressing yourself, showing off a bit, holding back, doing things very efficiently. You feel like a soul that is very skilled in the sense of balancing things out when you need to most, when you have to. I do what I have to do, and that's that. Ooh, that was kind of feisty and firm. But you also are prioritizing at certain points throughout the month, whether it's more mental or it's on paper, or even items, I want to say. Or yeah, it could be online, but I feel like you as well are micromanaged. Okay, for some, it reminds me of my night job, and this comes in different forms. You're noticing things that people wouldn't expect you to notice. I do notice when I'm micromanaged in a way that is actually very strategic, and at times can be helpful, right? I can admit that I don't like to be micromanaged, but it can be helpful. But I do sense that you are noticing things, again, that people don't expect. And I feel like you're also going to find that strategy comes into play, or needs to more so, in regards to when to actually say what you're noticing or what you feel, or when to give someone advice or ask a question, and when to hold back. All right. There's a timing and a place for everything, and some things just don't need to be spoken about, right? And some things don't need to be experienced. You're also going to find, again, that you're connecting with people quite efficiently. People like your energy. People find that you are a nice balance of emotion, feistiness, and happiness. Interesting. You're quite discerning as well, but are you utilizing that to your advantage in your personal life enough? I feel like no. You need to find that moderation is your best friend at this time, and more so moving forward. No over-consuming, my friend. No overdoing it. No oversharing, all right? No overworking yourself. It's like me telling you to not overwork yourself, and I do it, anyways. So at times maybe there's advice you've given or are giving throughout the month where you kind of need to take a look in the mirror in a simplistic manner and say, well, I do need to take my own advice. Why do I continuously not do that? Why do I continue to do what I know I shouldn't? You know what I mean? It's about checking yourself and improving your life due to that. Do it in a nice way is what I just heard. So your self-talk could come into play. You may as well find there's a shift in your spirituality, and it's benefiting your pockets, your bank account, if not multiple. Your savings is going to take an increase and a decrease at certain points, if I'm being completely real, because you're choosing to pay something off, you're choosing to be responsible in one, if not multiple ways. But we're going to highlight when you began something of importance. Could have been a shift towards a new move of residence, big or small. It could have been the beginning of a job or a business. It may be a couple different beginnings for you specifically, but Spirit's saying this was such a good choice. This is very guided on multiple levels. You need to remember how far you've come when it comes to your career specifically. Sure, your finances, but that can be unproductive to reflect upon too much or in general. But they're saying, think about all the jobs you've had, maybe all the several businesses you've ran and have worked out and didn't. But Spirit is saying, it's almost this feeling of you being like me with my business. And I think back to all the random jobs that I was at times judged for taking on and continuing because they were so random. But my life is random and very spiritual. But point being is that each and every single one of those jobs has assisted with not only my spiritual and soul growth, but with certain factors of running this business, right? I went to school for a year to study graphic and web design, and now it's helped me with designing the thumbnails and stuff like that. So just keep in mind everything's purposeful along your career path and your path in general. What makes you glow? What makes you glow, my friend? We need more of that, all right? Whether it's more self-care, connecting with the right people, some of which you're going to find that even in unexpected ways or at unexpected points, you're glowing in the midst of that job or running your business. When spending money, you feel like a soul that likes to spend money, okay? And I totally can relate in Spirit saying it's because you need to treat yourself. It feels satisfying to earn and then spend it on whatever it is. There's a bill that you need to pay off. It can be delayed till next month, it feels like, right? Doesn't mean you don't pay your rent, your mortgage, your car bill, stuff like that, but it feels like maybe a debt or something of the sort. Everything in due time, my friend. If you are older in age, say, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, you're going to find that there's a focus on you doing more of what's right for you in the moment, right? Even if it's simplistic, to feel completion, to feel satisfaction, fulfillment. And you're going to find, if this applies to you, the money flowing in at random moments or even expected times is going to feel rewarding in a different way. Interesting. It feels like things are changing for you in a spiritual way if those messages or some of which applies to you. The moon card, you're being viewed as a mystery, and it may tie into your spirituality, your emotional state, if not multiple, and the way you connect, the way you do what you do. You are a very, very impressive soul, and you're one of the many signs throughout the month that is coming through and being viewed and digested in that manner. You're an impressive mystery that people want to get to know more, but you're being very selective in regards to what you share, in regards to what you accomplish. But don't be surprised when there are certain days throughout the month where you accomplish more than you expect, and others when you accomplish less than you expect. And other days, naturally, where you accomplish exactly what you plan to, need to, maybe want to. It just feels like there is purpose written all over this time period for you. And you can tell, for the most part, you're very, very well spoken. So little slip-ups are purposeful. Little slip-ups may be prevention, and maybe a moment of laughter for you and somebody else, or several people. Don't be surprised when there are moments, say at that job or maybe at a store, or it could be more so relating to your online presence, because they're showing somebody with several people surrounding them, where people just want to connect with you, or one on either side is now what I'm getting. You're going to find that things like putting on your cologne or perfume are significant. Feel good to go into work or to run that business, or to go out and spend money or browse. Even if you're staying at home, make yourself feel good, smell good, right? Look good. It's significant for you. In a very strong way, you're going to accept a wish fulfillment, okay? It may even help you regain strength or give you the time to do so. Some of which this is a new job, some of which it's a new investment, like a housing situation or a car or something smaller. It could be, if I didn't say it already, the taking off of your business. It could as well be financial intake in a chunk or two, or a windfall. But get ready for this month, because it feels like a month of productivity, a month of change, and a month of abundance and prosperity. Beautiful reading, my friend. So I hope it was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light, and we'll talk again soon.